Did you know that everyone is born with genius-level skills that gradually fade away over time? Today, it's well understood how and why this happens. The famous writer and entrepreneur Brian Tracy proved that this ability can be regained at any moment. You just need to know how. A special brain block prevents the flow of information from the part of the mind responsible for success thinking. If it's not activated, people simply can't physically earn much and end up living in poverty. I personally studied Brian Tracy's research and identified specific habits that help reactivate this long-unused potential. 2 of them are key, and in this video, you'll discover exactly what they are. As a bonus, you'll also learn how to raise your children to think like future billionaires. This is a leading channel on finance. Hit the subscribe button and start your path to wealth with us. Brian Tracy's early years were not much different from most people's lives. His father was a woodworker and his mother a schoolteacher. Their income was barely enough to support the family. Brian later admitted that his strongest memory from childhood was the constant feeling of hunger. With no money to attend a prestigious university, he decided to drop out of school and work. At first, he was a handyman. Later, realizing he could never build wealth that way, he took a job as a sailor on a ship, spending 8 years traveling the world and gathering experiences. When Brian Tracy returned home, he was a completely different person. He had transformed his character and mindset so deeply that he managed to unlock the part of himself that had been blocked during his poor childhood with his parents. At that moment, he realized the true essence of life. From then on, Tracy started working in sales and climbed the ladder of success at an extraordinary pace. Today, he is a recognized authority in business and personal growth, helping millions of people increase their productivity, improve their relationships, and achieve financial independence. And with the following tips, he can help you too. The first step is to activate the genome of a positive attitude. Have you ever thought about how much our emotional state affects our wealth? For Brian Tracy, it's absolutely crucial. A positive attitude helps us stay motivated, overcome obstacles, and maintain optimism even in tough situations. To tune into this frequency, follow a few essential steps. First, focus on the things you are grateful for. This will shift your perspective in a positive direction. Write them down on paper, or better yet, put them on your fridge so you can see them every day. Second, when facing a problem, avoid dwelling on the negatives. Instead, focus on finding solutions, making your problem-solving more effective. Third, spend more time with people who uplift and inspire you. Avoid those who drain your energy. A practical tip is to make a chart rating each friend from 1 to 10. After reviewing the list, decide with whom you should maintain strong connections and with whom you should limit communication. Tracy says that many people discover that a positive attitude is the true key to opening doors that once seemed impossible. Many people think a positive attitude is something elusive with no real impact on success. But Brian Tracy insists that this is exactly where you must start on your way to the top. Over the years, he developed one crucial quality. Whenever he had an idea, he immediately put into practice. Tracy found that most people, when they come across a great insight, do absolutely nothing except think. Great idea. For him, this is completely wrong. Whenever an unusual idea comes into your head, don't get distracted. Start implementing it right away. At the very least, keep a notebook to write them down and carry it with you. Of course, most ideas won't work the first time, maybe not even the second or third. But something amazing will happen the 10th time, guaranteed. Relax and let your ideas guide you toward success and wealth. Tracy also teaches the 10 goals secret technique. Get a notebook and write down 10 goals you want to achieve in the coming year. The key detail: each goal should be written in the present tense. Begin with the word I and include a specific date. For example, I buy a car on November 25th. That notebook should become your best friend. Every morning, open a new page and rewrite your 10 goals without looking at what you wrote before. This must become a daily habit. Over time, you'll notice your goals change. The wording, the order, and even some goals may disappear because they weren't truly important. Eventually, only the real, meaningful goals will remain, and you'll gradually begin to achieve them. Each time you write down a goal, You send it into your subconscious, and it sinks deeper every day. New opportunities will then start appearing throughout your day, moving you closer to your dreams. As Brian Tracy says, write your goals every day, and your life will never be the same. Hit the like button if you decided to start your goal-setting notebook today. I want to see at least 1,000 future billionaires. Here comes the law of cause and effect. Brian Tracy learned this rule from a professional salesman. It means that if you want to achieve your goals, you should find someone who has already reached the peak you're aiming for and do what they did. It may sound strange because poor thinking usually tells us, don't copy other people's ideas. But this isn't true. Ideas can be repeated. That's why there isn't just one bank, but thousands. Not one restaurant, but hundreds of thousands. And honestly, it makes things much easier. According to Tracy, this is a basic principle of wealth. If you want to triple your income, find someone who earns 3 times more than you and ask, how did you do it? Most successful people are happy to talk about their achievements, so all you need to do is ask. Seek information, observe, test, write it down, and then take action. The law of cause and effect is simple. All life outcomes, whether financial well-being, health, or the feeling of joy and happiness, have causes. By using those causes, you are guaranteed to reach the desired result. That example could be your boss, your friend's acquaintance, or anyone who has already walked the path. Next comes the law of faith. This principle goes hand in hand with the previous one. The law of faith means that whatever you believe in and are truly convinced it becomes your reality. That's because you always see the world through the lens of your beliefs. We don't see the world as it really is. We see it as we believe it is. Every belief is a learned skill taught from an early age. If parents instill positive thinking in their children from a young age, as the years go by, they grow up to be confident and happy individuals. This is exactly what happened with Brian Tracy's children, because their core belief system always told them, I will achieve what I want. At the same time, according to Tracy, faith can also limit you. If you were constantly told that you wouldn't succeed or that you could never be as rich as someone else, chances are those beliefs are already in your mind. To get rid of them, start asking yourself the right questions like, why are some people more successful than others? Eventually, you'll realize that you don't need a college degree or a lot of money to succeed. Almost everyone has the necessary skills, and most can and should be developed. The only problem with negative attitudes is that they are illusions most people on the planet have come to believe. Now it's time to take financial risks. Use your money to the best of your ability immediately. Don't keep it idle in your pocket. Emphasizes Brian. There are many ways to make the most of the money you are already earning and saving. Even though budgeting can be complicated and not always fun, it must be done. You can start by transferring money from your paycheck to an investment account instead of a savings account. By investing in real estate or stocks, you actively profit from what might otherwise be sitting idle. The opportunities to grow your financial capacity are endless. Use banks to your advantage. When you sign a contract, you gain access to countless options and guidance on managing your finances efficiently. Some banks offer apps to check your credit or set up automatic savings transfers. Others provide free financial planning services when you open a line of credit or stock market investment options. Bottom line, there are hundreds of ways your bank can help you become more financially independent and knowledgeable. As Brian Tracy says, the end must justify the means. Brian Tracy believed that wealth is a chain of specific and achievable goals. Segmenting your budget becomes much clearer when you know what you want to achieve with your finances. When thinking about what you'd like to accomplish right now, consider things like improving your credit score, paying off debt, setting up an emergency fund, or tracking monthly expenses. By setting short-term goals for managing your finances, you'll start spending less, saving more, and understanding complex concepts of personal finance. Remember, the path to improving your financial situation begins with changing your spending habits. Some changes may be easier to adopt than others, but if you're committed to the process, you'll develop better financial management skills. This will give you more money to invest in businesses and more financial knowledge. Knowledge is a must. Due to a lack of basic financial education, many young people don't know how to manage income and expenses, apply for or maintain credit cards, or even deal with debt. To fix this, you should dedicate time to learning how finances work in detail. You can gain deeper knowledge by watching YouTube tutorials or taking personal finance courses. You already have everything you need to get your money in order. Unfortunately, most poor people are unfocused and disorganized workers, using only about 50% of their potential because they don't know how to work differently. This is a major problem, as they talk about success in a different language. It's no secret that a person's vocabulary determines their social status. At the same time, motivator and author Brian Tracy believes that our speech can directly impact our earnings. According to Tracy, some words help you earn more money, while others, in his opinion, push money away from a person. Imagine that just a few phrases in your vocabulary could guarantee your wealth. Writer and philologist John Tolkien was one of the first to notice how much certain words affect a person. In one of his post-war articles, Tolkien stated, "The word is man's most powerful weapon." A writer can create the world around you with a few sentences. A dictator can lead an entire country to war for his own interests. Through a fiery speech, we can both please and hurt each other with words. To emphasize this point, Brian Tracy adds that some words can make money. In one of his videos, he cites as proof an experiment conducted by a team of psychologists and linguists at the University of California, which studied the impact of certain words on the human subconscious. For example, talking about food causes abundant salivation and contributes to the feeling of hunger because a person involuntarily begins to imagine food and the process of eating it. Talking about creativity stimulates the productivity of the right hemisphere of the brain and increases inspiration, while mathematical theories engage the left hemisphere, activating analytical thinking. Communicating with successful people also affects your subconscious mind. Talking about business ideas and money makes your brain think through the processes needed to achieve them. According to Tracy, such practices directly influence your financial mindset. Studies confirm that certain words can financially affect a person. Accordingly, Brian Tracy revealed a few phrases that can help you become richer. The so-called tightrope walker phenomenon shows that talking about magic words often attract the attention of esoteric thinkers. Phrases like, "I want to be successful," or "I will have a lot of money," according to Tracy, can have a positive effect, but only when used to work through your own dreams and visualizations. In real life, it's better to use phrases that push you to take real action. Personal growth is directly related to balance. A successful person is, above all, a tightrope walker, combining different approaches in life to solve a problem. In your case, career growth or increasing earnings. According to Tracy, the path to a rich life should involve comprehensive development in multiple directions. By improving yourself from different angles, you become flexible and able to solve any problem. Sometimes you need to stay calm. Other times, make fast decisions. Only by maintaining balance and exploring different sides of your personality can you improve your life several times over. At first glance, many people today make a lot of money thanks to their ideas, but Tracy is convinced that this thinking is deceptive. Wealth is created by leaders, people who know how to unite and convince others. Individually, you might not have a global plan that ensures success, but your team, with combined effort, can create that plan. Even while climbing the career ladder, you can move forward by convincing everyone around you that you are worthy. To become rich, be specific in your statements, and many people will allow you to move forward simply by asking. Convincing someone means giving clear reasons, using a magic word, and even more people respond affirmatively to you. After all, everyone wants to find meaning in what they do. According to Tracy, those who can persuade are the ones who get ahead and become rich. Happiness and positive thinking boost your productivity and increase your chances of forming useful connections with others. Tracy states that wealth gravitates toward happy and cheerful people and avoids those who spend most of their lives in sadness. If you want financial well-being, love your life, and learn to enjoy even the little things, don't forget to bring joy and positive emotions to others. The world will surely reward you with abundant financial opportunities. Try focusing on the positives throughout the day and share them with friends and family. The phrase, "This made me happy today," should be an integral part of your vocabulary, says Tracy. Confidence, Believe in your own strength as personal motivation to solve any problems. If you have a firm footing on the path to wealth, you certainly won't slip along the way. Tracy states that confidence is one of the fundamental feelings of successful people. When you believe in yourself, you'll notice how much life favors your actions. Frequent repetition of affirmations helps you feel confident in your abilities and convince yourself of your own faith, even if you have doubts at first. Have you ever seen a successful person lacking confidence? I haven't. Their eyes shine. Their words, facial expressions, actions, and gestures show they know what they're doing, and they prove it to others. Confidence gives an incredible boost, even when everything seems about to fall apart. Be fully confident in yourself, and you will achieve incredible results. Believing and just waiting is a strategy of many people who want to get rich. Of course, this isn't the right approach, but you should never completely abandon hope in the pursuit of big success. Paired with confidence in yourself and your decisions, you should always maintain hope for success. Everyone faces setbacks, but what matters is how they deal with them. If you learn to hope for the best no matter the situation, it will be easier to accept defeat while still actively pursuing your victories, says Tracy. I will change the world. The word is a powerful tool you can use to negotiate a raise or convince people to invest in your ideas. It's essential to understand that you can train your brain to find different opportunities to create more money. Convince yourself that nothing can stop you from changing the world today, at least in your field, and you will move forward and reach your goals. Successful people are simply those who cultivate successful habits. This is Brian Tracy, Simple Truth. Everyone is born with qualities to reach great heights, but many have lost them or stopped developing them. Tracy emphasizes the importance of developing positive habits, such as goal setting, time management, continuous learning, and persistence, as these are the building blocks of success. Share in the comments one great goal you'd like to achieve in the coming year. Let's share ideas and motivate each other to reach the top. This is the main finance channel. Subscribe, think big, and get rich.